Hello and welcome to Daily Reflection with Aneel Aranha. Today is the 24th of November 2020. We're going to reflect on Luke 21, 5 to 11. Listen. When some was speaking about the temple, how it was adorned with beautiful stones and gifts dedicated to God, Jesus said, "As for these things that you see, the days will come when not one stone will be left upon another, as all will be thrown down." They asked him, "Teacher, when will this be? And what will be the sign that this is about to take place?" And he said, "Beware that you are not led astray, for many will come in my name and say, 'I am he,' and the time is near. Do not go after them. When you hear of wars and insurrections, do not be terrified, for these things must take place, but the end will not follow immediately." Then he said to them, "Nation will rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. There will be great earthquakes, and in various places famines and plagues, and there will be dreadful portents and great signs from heaven." The Gospel of the Lord. Among the many scary things that Jesus said, what he said in this passage we're reflecting upon today must have been one of the more terrifying ones. He and his disciples had gone to the temple to pray. This was known as Herod's temple, named after Herod the Great, and was an architectural wonder. As his disciples marveled at how beautiful it was, Jesus spoke of its imminent destruction. It was as though he was telling them, "Oh yes, it's beautiful. It took years to build it and make it this beautiful, but even this will go." Immediately they wanted to know when this would happen and what would be the signs that preceded it. And although Jesus did answer the question in his own fashion, of course, they didn't ask the really important question. This was why? Why would this happen? Why would God allow the destruction of the temple in which people prayed to him? Part of the reason is to shock people to their senses. Although history should have taught us that nothing lasts forever, entire civilizations have been wiped out, we still believe in the permanence of things and therefore become complacent. It is only when events such as this happen that we realize that nothing is permanent. We become aware of the fragility of structures that seem so solid. We are also made aware of our own mortality. Consequently, we turn toward God. I remember reading how, after the 9/11 terrorist attacks in the US, churches were packed to overflowing. People came to the realization of how easily and suddenly death could strike, and how vital it was for them to prepare for what was to follow. But wickedness is resilient, and it didn't take long for the churches to start emptying out again. So what is God to do? He loves us too much to allow us to perish for eternity. So he allows bad things to happen. He doesn't make them happen, he permits them to happen. There is an important difference. And therefore, the things that Jesus warns about, wars and insurrections, earthquakes and famines and plagues, other dreadful signs, these are indications of the end times. But more importantly, they are wake-up calls to humanity. As C.S. Lewis said, God whispers to us in our pleasures, speaks in our conscience, but shouts in our pains. It is his megaphone to rouse a deaf world. I so wish we could hear better. Don't you? God bless you.